Hello everyone, this is the debut of the Expansion Mansion 110 Football's take on everything Major League Soccer. Vince, I've been working on some MLS jokes that I wanted to do at the top of the show. Can I try some?
Yeah, go for it. Let's hear what you got. Okay.
FC Cincinnati. Huh? Get it?
Is that it?
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good. All right, guys, we've got a big show ahead of opening weekend. We're talking kits. We're talking predictions. We're even letting Max Bretos tell us who the best DPs are in the league.
Max is here? Max?
He knows Max is here. Where are you going? We're live. Forget it. The Expansion Mansion starts right now. Connor!
Where's
wait,
Max?
Wait.
Hello everyone, welcome
Here.
to 110 Football. Max, we found you.
I was here the whole time.
I am Connor Kalopsis, and this is the Expansion Mansion, the new home of MLS fan content from 110 Football. We'll go over all the exciting things we have planned for this season. But first, let's welcome the rest of this panel. Max Bretos here with me. Max, welcome again.
Great to be here and great to be joined by everyone tuning in on YouTube and remind you to be involved in the show. 'Cause this is an MLS show. This is history we're making.
This is history for 110 Football. Philly, welcome.
Philly.
It's
Debut.
It's a pleasure to be back with y'all. Obviously, we did a lot of work last season. I'm psyched to be here. Psyched to be incorporated in all this melee of madness. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a lot of fun.
And last but not least, Vince LaRosa.
Yes, this time
There
but
we
not
go.
least because it's the MLS show, so I don't know.
I don't know. No,
You're
but
just another panel person.
I'm just another cog in this big machine, this big 110 football machine.
Eye candy.
But I have an important job, guys, because it's my job to talk about the elephant in the room. Expansion Mansion, MLS show, what? Exactly.
That's
As
it?
you
That's
may
your
or may
explanation?
not know, MLS loves expansion. In fact, Charlotte joins the league this season to bring our teams to a total of 28. St. Louis joins the following season. Another team will join after that, and so on and so on.
Don't like the way you said that. You sound like it's a problem. You should be
it's a good
excited
thing.
about it.
It's the expansion.
It could be Las
Mansion.
Vegas expanding here soon.
Okay,
Welcome.
I'm legit excited.
That's
but,
awesome.
but I haven't even talked about MLS linking up more and more with Liga MX. So it's just going to get bigger, guys. So here's the point. This is a show covering all things MLS in North America with a little bit of fun thrown in. Thus, you've joined us inside the Expansion Mansion.
Or
Welcome.
Or as
Please
some
take off your shoes.
or as some might say, mention de expansion.
Mansion de expansion.
Man, another swing and a miss.
Mansion is a
Why
French
did we
word.
not have you in on those early meetings for like?
Why
the
didn't
Rangers?
you? I did not get an
I
email.
don't know. I think you.
Maybe it went to your spam.
You know what happens?
Spam. I got to check the spam.
Once the off season starts, Max pretends like he does not know us.
Okay,
That
hashtag
is true.
trending. Am I right? What's trending this week? Kits, of course. We love kits. You love kits. We're gonna go lightning round style through every new kit and give it a big 110, treatment, right? So
The rating scale.
the rating scale. We have 3 emojis. We like the emoji treatment. Broccoli, for all you guys watching, broccoli is good.
Broccoli.
Like it. Log, meh, medium.
Meh.
And castle. Never want castle. It's bad. No.
Could also be an expansion mansion, this thing.
This is the
could.
expansion
It
mansion
is. So that's
from
why
outside.
maybe
That's what it looks like outside.
maybe a House of Horrors.
So for you guys in the chat, feel free to chime
we-
in with your emojis
we
if you can even
mailed-
find these
We
emojis.
mailed
to the
these 3
keyboard.
emojis in this form to every single one of you that are in the chat. So check your mailbox, get it out. Let's do it all. Let's do this
Is that
together.
true? You did?
Yeah, I did that personally. I wrote all
Oh,
the.
that's real big of you.
It's nice of me.
All right, shall we?
First up,
First up,
what do we got here? It's gonna be in the wall.
what do we got? Is it going to be on the wall?
It's gonna be
Where
on the
is
wall,
it?
I've heard.
Where is it? Let's do it.
It's coming. It's coming next to the Pac-Man.
Oh.
Sooner or later.
Wait for it.
This is called stretching.
Stand by. But I think it's safe to say, before we even look at the kits, that this year has been one of the best years for MLS kits.
It was great.
Ah!
Speaking of which,
It was a really good year for kids across the
Hey.
board. Some avant-garde approaches to getting a new shirt.
The first
Look
kit
behind
is
you, Max.
behind you as we speak.
shall we? Lightning round style. Oh, unanimous.
I liked it better in 2018 when it was LAFC's jersey.
Oh, no, that was that Parley.
not the color, but the.
It's a nice.
You got a lot of Art
interpretation.
Deco there in Atlanta.
We got some broccolis on the chat.
All right.
Broccoli is our.
All right. Next one. Next one.
All right.
Here we go.
Oh.
I like it's classic.
This reminds me of
There's-
pistachio
there-
ice cream.
I like I like the color, but there's not enough there for me to put it even as a matte. It's just a color.
Yeah, the color's fun.
It's a nice color. Don't get me wrong. But
Simplicity's good.
that's just not
Broccoli
enough.
is good.
It's boring.
Broccoli is good.
Broccoli is good. Log is kind of meh. Castle no
It's a good shirt.
Okay.
Okay.
I
The
wouldn't wear
Yeti
it.
makes it. I mean, they're going to be very happy with their sponsorship with Austin FC. Very.
They
visible.
need a mascot Yeti.
Yeah.
Like that. Oh. Arsenal of
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's solid.
of MLS. I like the
Why-
very good color.
Again, it's just I like the color scheme, the Ally, the former GMAC company. That's fine, but just kind of I don't know. It's like missionary sex. It's just there for like it's just there. It suffices.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't do anything other than thrill. No thrill, no excitement. It's just
No.
there.
You go much beyond that in the bedroom, apparently. You're much younger than
I
I
don't know how we're
am.
gonna stop that. All right.
All right.
Oh, there we go. It's mint.
This is how
It's
you do
good.
simplicity.
You're
really
talking
well.
mint chocolate chip. This is the mint chocolate chip.
Yeah, a gelato. A gelato of Charlotte goodness.
A mint chocolate chip gelato from
Sorry.
Charlotte.
I'm still watching the
Yeah, these
missionary.
kits
out
are
of
all
my
good.
mind.
Ally also going to be very pleased.
I kid you not, this was the same as last year's, but just with a different.
I like the colors,
indent.
so I give it a reprieve.
It does. It's the skyline,
I know.
which is kind of cool, but yeah, they need
Make
more.
it a different color.
A lot of
Your-
broccoli.
Your
A lot of
color's
broccoli
not
on the
navy.
chat.
Look at your logo. It's light blue and red.
Oh, until we got a mansion.
Need more. All right. What we got next?
Oh. I'll do log.
Yeah, I'll go broccoli. I like it. They're sticking to
Solid color. Not
the
a
color's
good
really
design.
nice.
Yes.
I
mean-
believe that the reigning USL champions, Orange County Soccer Club, will look great in these jerseys. Oh wait, it's an FC Cincinnati. I bet you Orange County Soccer Club could beat
beat
FC
FC
Cincinnati in those jerseys.
Wearing
segue.
their own kits.
Folks don't like it out there in the chat room. Lots of castles, unless they think castle is good because of this inane, asinine system of voting. But
Keep in mind there is a slight delay, so they could be. either
Okay,
behind
you're
or
right,
in
you're
front
right,
of
I
us.
will say we got a pretty diverse answer so far altogether.
Chicago weak sauce. I like that one.
Next.
Oof.
Ooh.
Nothing really.
Snooze fest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm watching it. It's already putting me to sleep.
Everyone else is going out to make their jerseys look different, and
It looks like-
2022.
They
This
didn't
is
look
not
like
for
they
them.
didn't even try.
It looked like it ripped
try.
a bit.
You know what's?
I
horrible?
like the colors of Colorado,
Yeah.
but they didn't try.
Exactly that. The burgundy and blue color scheme is really cool, but they do nothing with it.
Come on, guys.
Still can't
You were
get
gifted
sponsored.
these great colors.
I'll give it a log just because they
It's
went
yellow,
back.
bro. It's
They're
not
bringing-
gold. That's why you're
All right,
getting
that's
it back.
not gold.
No effort.
Columbus, that's yellow. That is yellow. Your color is yellow.
Pumped
Not
us
gold.
up about the return of the gold.
Not black
And
and
you
gold.
gave us that? Like, come on.
I don't
You
know.
guys
You
are the
could-
champions 2 years out. Let's go.
You throw in a Nashville logo and it looks like the same jersey.
That's true. Wait, is Nashville next?
Uh,
Try harder.
last year's was a lot better.
DC United normally
no
does
effort.
more with less. Like that's kind of their scheme in the history of their club.
Still a cool
but
shirt, but
It's okay.
Missionary.
Only because it's black, white, and red. Like you could wear it anywhere, but it's not great.
right. Missionary. Would you
We
stop?
couldn't find. We couldn't.
Sorry, clearly you know what's on my brain.
We couldn't find that emoji.
We got some. We got a little broccoli love.
One broccoli. Oh, I'm not even changing mine. Get out of here.
What?
Oh,
no, wait.
wrong one.
Explain yourself. Why
That's
do you
an
love it?
excellent jersey.
An excellent jersey.
Wait, both of you. Why?
Bad colors, bad jersey, bad design.
It's got that tequila sunrise display, which makes me want to have
well,
a.
now I want to raise this
Hey,
even
doesn't it-
higher.
Don't you want like a cocktail on a Sunday?
Well, that's just because this is a second of our two shows. That's why you're feeling it.
No, I like it. I like
Already
it.
happy hour.
The
You don't wanna see
lines
what
are
happened at
blurred a
lunch.
little bit, and FC Dallas is going to have a good year.
20 million buys you a good year.
I'm glad people have found the emojis in their keyboard.
There's a rebrand going on with the Dynamo. They got new ownership, and they're
I like
spending
it.
some money. I like a little more orange in their colors, which is really what I'm all about. So this one,
It's clean.
It's
I don't
clean.
know. It's a clean jersey, nice away jersey. It's a black jersey. I'd rock it.
Looks like a Laufa jersey.
It
This
does
is-
look like a
This is an
Alpha
important
jersey.
couple years for the Dynamo. They're rebranding. They're hoping to get some more fans back in there, spending some money for players. I think they could have done a little bit more here.
Yeah.
I know they could have.
The fact that we got the entire chat to vote and put these emojis in there is to die for.
Yeah, the collar's good. I like collars.
No, who likes collars? It's just pink. There's no design to it, and they have that stupid David Beckham thing on the back of it. Look. The only
Stop
reason
making fun of
the
Bex,
only
eh?
reason it's a log, not a castle, is because they made a pink kit.
Yeah,
and
true.
that should be a given from the get-go. So that's the only reason they
Pink's
get this.
good,
purple
collars are
log.
good.
The collar makes it look very Hollistery, but the pink and black combo is dead sexy.
Houstery?
I know, but that-
Abercrombie
Hollistery.
and Fitch,
That-
you've
that-
got that
that shouldn't be the
I'm
praise.
drinking a coffee like
Yeah.
right on Ocean Avenue. vibe.
Actually, it has
Ocean
that.
Drive.
It has that. You go to
That's what I
Europe
meant,
and they're
thank
still
you.
wearing Hollister
Yellow
shirts.
card.
Gotta look out for my hometown. Looks, they like it. Broccoli from Miami.
Ugh.
It's just.
It has a pearl necklace around it.
No, it's a good jersey. It's a good shirt, classic. This club, with the success they've had.
Oh, I love that we picked the replica. You
I
don't
know,
even get
like,
to
who
see the
did
extra
that?
detail.
Okay, for
That's a good
those
one.
of
I
you
like it.
watching,
I
the
like
collar
it.
also has the stars. Look, it's classy, it's clean, and if you like that, you'll like it. But I'm one in favor of designs. This does nothing for me. It's a white T-shirt.
Look,
Sorry,
I
no,
don't.
sorry.
You know it's a
Nothing
galaxy.
else
You know
feels
it's a
so right.
galaxy shirt from a distance. Look, I just say I thought they did well with it.
We're obviously homers, but why lose the sash?
I like the sash.
Yeah, you're right.
I like.
No,
I
I'm not
really
missing
like
it.
the
Not missing it.
blue-yellow sash, the half and half combo. That's probably one of my favorites.
Abercrombie and Fitch for the Juan Vargas. That's a good one. That's Hollister is kind of Abercrombie and Fitch.
It's boring.
Very nice. It's very nice.
Boring.
The highlights of the blue.
Great color, great
Great.
color scheme, but it's boring.
I like it.
The color is very nice. The target, the bullseye. I mean,
They've always done stuff, but I don't see anything beyond what
Yeah,
they've
but
done in the past. It's still a good shirt.
You're saying it's good based on its sponsor. That's not great.
no. Oh, I'm saying it's a bullseye. I think they hit this one right.
Oh, jeez. I like the little star on the back. They should have done something more with
You're
it.
only allowed to have stars on your kit if you win something.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Unless you put it on the back.
So put a nice little thing together with everything.
I like it.
This is Club Montreal, Club de Foot.
It's different, Vince.
You know what? I once left a blue pen in
Yeah.
the wash, and this is exactly what
Trying
happened.
too much. Trying too much.
Yeah. No, this is not trying at all. This is taking Adidas and going, sure, that's fine. They're like, hey, does that match up with Montreal? Does it make you think Montreal? No.
No, it
That's
does
fine.
not think
Makes
of
me
Montreal.
think of marble. It kind of reminds
Does
me of
that-
that Arsenal jersey that they had a couple seasons
Is there a
ago
lot
with
of?
the blue
I
with
have not
red.
been to Montreal.
Thanks
Is there
for
a lot of
tuning in,
marble
Amanda.
Montreal?
And she's bringing the broccoli.
Does the butthole-esque logo remind you of
what?
Montreal? Kind of.
The what now?
logo? Oh my
Okay.
You guys
God.
are getting on me for saying
Distinctive joke?
missionary.
And next.
I didn't know it was that kind of show. Is that Columbus?
Ew.
Yeah.
My thing. I put
I'm not
log.
feeling it.
Wow, you went hard on that, huh?
I put log just because I really like the side pattern design.
Yeah,
But it's not
kinda cool.
prominent enough
it
to
for
give it
Nashville.
a
It's
rock.
There's another one coming up that I will give more props to for
Everything,
that.
everything about
Simple.
Nashville is very boring, and that's fine. They had a great season.
The
but you
city or
watch
the club?
Oh, not the club.
Okay.
The club.
You know, the management, the way they play, but
coach.
they could spice it up a little bit.
Ah.
Hey, let's pat ourselves on the back more for not having FC in our name, but also this is a horrible jersey. Like, come on.
And I'm sorry, I'm just saying this horrible logo too. What are you guys doing?
I don't like the logo.
The
but
Rangers of
Yes,
New
exactly.
England.
I got a
Looks like
soft spot in my heart for New England. When the first run of shirts came out in 1996, that was my favorite. The first initial shirt, the Revs, and it's not much different than it was back then. So, just
I
for
have a
the,
soft spot because I can just hear Bruce Arena going, "Look, Max, it's just a
We
jersey.
got Josie Altidore.
Doesn't matter."
I just think that
got
logo jinxed
Sebastian
their
Lletget.
season last year.
Oh,
Very good.
that is pretty smart.
I like the.
I'm
I like
actually
the
breaking my
two-tone
rule here
checker.
because I'm going to say that the reason why it looks cool is because they did a good job with the sponsor logo.
Yeah.
Going in white, it's
Yeah,
sharp.
thanks Red Bull. That's a good.
Yeah, it's sharp.
Good on you.
I'm powered by right now.
Good one.
Ooh, I think we're going to have a lot of splits here, but I like it.
Rockstar Kit, David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust. I mean, that's
Ziggy
exactly
plays
what
guitar.
I'm seeing.
That's
You don't
why-
like David Bowie, you don't know a thing about music. This
Wait,
kid
hold on.
Yeah,
We
rocks.
have somebody that
It's not a
loves
David-
David Bowie. I love David Bowie too, but Max really loves
So I
David Bowie.
dressed
Why
up.
does it not
When I was at
make it-
ESPN, I did a skit of NFL picks, dressed up as David Bowie, and I had that slash painted on my face.
But why does this not?
Why are we
David Bowie?
making? Why are we making it about David Bowie?
No, it's good.
Because that's what it evokes, that
Look,
Ziggy Stardust. Ground control to Major Tom, folks.
I like the color on first glance. The
Colors
design
aren't great.
itself
No.
has
Those are
grown
fantastic.
against me.
Yeah.
And that star to boot, too, I think it's dead sexy.
It's very Mets colors for the Yankee team, no?
I like this one.
Yeah,
It's a Yankee team.
yeah, you're right.
Oh.
Hashtag different in a good way.
That's another tequila sunrise.
I'm only gonna say
Yes.
this because they took a big swing.
It's a great swing.
I will give them credit
Good
for taking a
colors.
big swing.
For an away
Seashells.
kit, that's
Oh,
something I want.
Orlando
Purple
City,
shorts.
It's
I
an
think we're
away
going to see a
kit.
lot of that. I think that's going to be a team that does well. I know we're not talking about performances, but
Not yet, we're
we'll
not.
see a lot of that jersey.
All right, next.
Um,
I like it. Very similar to past editions.
I mean, if we're gonna say we like LAFC for going a center badge, like it's kind of cool to have a sash that's off center. I'll give it to them.
it's different.
By and large, all these shirts as collectively are very good.
Again, yes, this has been a good year for kits. Oh,
Yes.
I don't know.
That is my favorite kit of the season.
Yeah, we
I've
can
got
tell 'cause
roses
you're-
on my jacket,
you're wearing
and
it.
roses in my eyes. I love this kit. Way to go, Rose City. Way to go,
What are
Portland.
you talking about, Vince? Don't sit there tapping your things.
My last name's La Rosa. Couldn't you do better roses? I don't know.
There's something about it. I like it, but I would never be able to pull it off if I wore it.
Well, I
right?
think the whole thing is they aren't roses on like first glance. It's a little like cool, like kind. Are they roses? Are they
some
not?
Merlot on your shirt.
Reminds me of a vacation, and I like it.
I'll give it broccoli. I like it.
I think this is the biggest meh of the season because there's nothing that exciting about it. Yeah, it's clean,
Exactly.
but there's nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch. You're right. The sponsor ruins it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad, but it's not. It's for simple. It's okay.
Log
it's better
City,
than
Rose City. Nice.
That's fun.
I like the
Thorns, those
Soccer
aren't
USA.
roses. It's bleach stain.
Okay, I actually like this one.
stay here.
Me too.
I like the
Go.
color scheme. I like the
Like the Nashville one, this one, the side detailing looks really cool on it, and the color scheme,
And like-
I actually like this
How
one.
much white can you get?
That's
white.
true.
It's like reverse of the Black Album.
Well, they finally got a sponsor on it.
It's true. They did get a sponsor.
You know who didn't get a sponsor? Oh, dog crap.
Anyone want to play some chess or checkers?
Look,
If you're gonna go checkers, do the whole thing.
look. I'm as you may know, I'm for being different. This is a bad different.
Yeah, do the whole thing.
I'm gonna have like a epileptic
it's
seizure
good.
looking at that.
Loud and proud, and I dig the shroud.
They're going to get a competitive edge then when they play opponents.
Don't know. Look at it.
I like loud sometimes.
All right, next.
Yeah, not good.
They rarely swing and miss. This is a big swing and miss for Sporting KC. Sporting has a pretty good, like, aesthetic and design, but this is swing and miss.
I just can't wait till people ask Sporting fans, what's Compass Mineral?
Listen, Compass Minerals gets a lot out of that sponsor. That's why you don't want something like that'll get blended in like Toyota or something.
What are you guys doing?
No.
What is that?
You gonna make a call?
I think it's getting the worst reports. I don't know if it was the worst one, but I guess based on our voting, it is.
When you're so busy trying to sign, a Euro
Imagine,
winner, you don't have time to
imagine-
design your kit.
Imagine picking two colors for your kit, and both of which being a white and gray.
Yeah, what do white and gray have to do with Toronto besides it gets white and gray in the wintertime?
God.
So
It should have been all gray because
There
the
you go.
snow's like all slushy.
Yeah.
it's
Great kit. Clean.
Oh, really?
Nice colors.
good.
I like how it's
All right.
like the inverse of their home kit. I think.
I like
it's
that
really
light blue line.
They're
That's
another
nice.
club that like they just know
Aligning.
their aesthetic and they lean into it. I like that.
Oh, we got Soccer USA like the TFC white. Gives it a broccoli. Boom. Different. Pushing
mean-
the envelope in many distinct ways.
Well, I think-
and it looks great on the players. Did you see how good it looked on Brian Rodriguez?
Well, that's
I
just
would
Brian
be-
Rodriguez is a good looking
But
dude.
it
He'd
fit
make
him
a
really nice.
paper
I
bag
looked at it
look
a
good.
little bit longer than I thought I would. I was like, oh, that was pretty good.
Did Brian just look at you and go,
Could you stop creeping me out? I think he did.
he's like 6 feet apart, bro. Come on.
For a club that's trying to stand out, this is a very good kit. By far their best kit since the inaugural season.
I
Well,
said it on our LAFC show earlier. This is my favorite LAFC kit of all time.
and the best part is we're normally accused of homers because we normally are, but like consensus across MLS has been that is one of at least top 3 kits. So we get past on this one for once.
LAFC, look, you look at the promotion that comes out for the beginning of the season, everyone's talking about LAFC and what they do in the stadium. You have to have a good
Yeah.
jersey.
Were we gonna quickly go around and say what our absolute favorite was though?
I'll start out LAFC. I
Out
just
of
said
all
it's
of
my favorite LAFC kit of all time. I think out of all the new kits, by far my favorite. I'd rock that any
Max?
day.
I said FC Dallas, but on further review,
FC Dallas,
I
your
liked FC
favorite?
Dallas. I like that blue, but after further review, I'm going to go with the Red Bulls. That was pretty cool.
Your
Come on,
your
Matt.
shirt choice is making a lot more sense now.
This shirt is dope, man. Look at that.
Yeah.
Do you know what about
Hey, leaves are in, bro.
designers? Yeah, this is the new Portland Timbers jersey. Second.
Actually, that would make a nice Portland Timbers kit.
Yeah, there you go. Fallen
Philly,
leaves.
Are you
awesome.
flexing?
I was just trying to show it
Showing
off
the
like
guns,
this.
man.
Cut it out.
You pushing them
I've
together?
been crushing it at the gym
YouTube,
lately.
bro.
I've been
Yeah,
swole.
that's for the
Okay, save
exclusive.
it for your OnlyFans.
Obviously, Portland.
Portland, without a doubt. Again, I'm wearing roses because of the Rose City, my favorite kid by far.
I got too far into my own head, being like, I can't be just a homer, so I was gonna pick LAFC, but I'm gonna go that secondary Charlotte kit. I love
That's a
that.
good one.
And they're far enough away that if like I get it, I won't get in trouble for.
I just want to say quickly, thank you guys for interacting. That was
Yeah,
like,
that was awesome.
Crazy.
That-
you guys.
That's how you do a chat.
I also
That's
like
how you do a chat.
I like that you guys were able to find the broccoli castle and log
can I
emojis.
can I say something really quick? Because
course.
Juan Vargas says, "Are you ready for LAFC Dog? Wednesday, 3 p.m. We'll be out at Pink's to try out the new LAFC Dog. It's part of the build-up week, so come out if you want to."
What
have a
breed
hot
is
dog.
it?
It's a Havanese. It's a Burmese mountain dog.
Yeah, I don't know if people know this, but in Max Bretos' contract, he has to fulfill one shift per year at Pink's Hot
They
Dogs.
treat me like a champion there, so I like to go. I just have I need a
Do you
nice
get
nap after.
Do you get their health insurance after that? or-
I asked her extra.
Wait, sorry, Jason. Are we going to power rankings? I'm breaking the fourth wall.
we're
We are. So
teasing
we're
the
not
power
going to
rankings.
off-season stuff. We're going to power rankings.
Uh-oh.
See? Look who read the rundown. That's live TV.
Real
everyone.
question is, who
I have a
is
little.
Jason?
I have a little copy to read for some of you people that
Sorry, I kept
are in
interrupting
the biz.
you.
This offseason was filled with all kinds of excitement, from big names switching clubs to new coaches trying to right the ship.
This is your
Live
fault.
TV, right?
This is your fault. Talking about
Worst
missionaries.
things. Jeez, Louise.
Or pearl necklace.
I mean, I don't know how I would say.
Philly.
What?
This offseason shook up the league, and we're going to debate which moves were the best and which ones were the worst. So let's. Should we start with best? Best. Who had the best offseason?
Best.
Connor, who had the best
Stick
offseason?
around for my top 10.
Yes, please stick around for Max Bretos. Probably monthly, we'll be ranking the DPs. So it's going to be it's going to be like the stock market. Sometimes the DP stock's going to be up. He's going to have a top 10. You're going to have guys maybe just outside the top 10? do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right, best offseason. This one was a weird one to try to pick because there's so many moves. Some teams make a lot of moves. Some teams make just one really big move. So taking everything into account, I was going to say LAFC, but I actually went with the Chicago Fire. I think the pieces that they picked up this offseason, whether it's Shaqiri as a DP, he's going to be good for them. He's not a retirement player. He's still technically in his prime. Then you have Navarro coming in, solidifying that midfield. Venezuelan, young guy.
Yeah.
Then how do you pronounce that? The center back's name? Shihus?
Was it Jairo Torres also? I think
From
they got?
Cologne.
Jairo
Torres, and
They got
then
the young.
Wow, that's a good call.
and then they
That really
they
young
picked
kid?
up. Well, they signed him last year, but he's joining the
finally can
team.
play.
Duran. So look, I think they picked up a lot of good pieces. They did lose a lot of.
They needed a lot of good
they
pieces.
lost a lot of pieces, but I think in general, Chicago Fire had the best offseason.
All right.
You guys are going to think I have a fetish for the Pacific Northwest because I'm going to go towards Seattle. I think Seattle had an outstanding offseason. This is a team that finished 1 point behind Colorado
another show.
in the West. Well, let me get on track.
Okay.
You got a team that finished 1 point behind Colorado in the West. They did a very Seattle-esque thing and let some of their players become free agents. And they worked deals for Freddie Montero, Alex Roldan, good stuff. They traded Brad Smith to DC United. They got $750,000 in GAM. Then they did another trade with FC Dallas where they're picking up another $250,000. So they got $1 million in GAM. And oh wait, by the way, they signed the biggest free agent in MLS history, in Albert Rusnak, a guy that was a rock star in his own right. 11 goals, 11 assists with Real Salt Lake. Seattle had the best offseason in my eyes.
Do you want to read that comment from Alan Hernandez real quick? That's our show right now. That's
Don't
our
do it.
show right now.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
And an S-bomb from Vince.
This isn't even,
Live TV.
Yeah, MLS After Dark is a show coming at you later in the year. I'm up next off season. I will go the homer pick. It's LAFC. I mean, the quality that they picked up. And what did we say now? 8 moves?
8.
8 moves, and every single one of them could be starter caliber.
Yeah.
Especially for any other MLS.
Yeah, I mean, some of them are coming in like Daniel Henry, who should probably start for a lot of MLS teams, and they're like, yeah, you're like 3rd or 4th on our CB chart right now. But but at the end of the day, they filled all the holes, which was the biggest thing. And the funniest part is we were debating on the semantics of what the word tweaks mean. And then John Thornton's like, here's some tweaks.
Here's
for you.
the
As if this isn't a whole
He's
rebuild.
Yeah.
Get out of here, John. What are you talking about?
We've changed what the word tweak means officially.
Yes.
Moving forward.
Well, John's got his own vocabulary. Look, but the thing is with John is when he says something, he thinks long and hard about it. So in his mind, he really thought it was just tweaks on the
a minor little alteration. Chicago Fire was a great shot, and they're going to be much improved. And Toronto FC, I know some people on the comments are saying that because of Bob Bradley and Lorenzo Insigne, who doesn't arrive right away, Carlos Salcedo. But I agree with you. Just with the volume of players coming in, it's LAFC. I can't even imagine. How many players should we sign this offseason? Can we sign 8? Okay. And they went and did it. And clearly they worried that they didn't have the veteran leadership type players. They got those guys in bushels. They were lacking depth at a lot of positions. They alleviated that in so many ways. And there might be another move the way they're going. They did it quickly at the beginning of the offseason. They beat all the other teams, got their business done, spent that GAM money, and finally got a good connection to the World Cup with 2 Canadians and an American that will be featuring, if the USA makes the World Cup, which they will. So a lot to be happy about with LAFC.
Well,
in a busy offseason across the league.
USA is making the World Cup because remember you said on the show before that USA will beat France in the semifinals. Canada will lose to Brazil, and it'll be USA versus Brazil in the final of this World Cup.
I know,
Yeah,
as long as they make the World Cup. If that happens.
As if Brazil can make it to the final.
Yes, serious. All right.
Good point.
Good joke? No.
Let's do the more fun worst off season. I'll start Portland. And Portland's not just because they didn't do much, but so they lost ultimate good guy Diego Valeri while embroiling themselves in yet another scandal with Andy Polo. You gave him a contract extension when you knew that he was already being basically brought in for domestic violence. And other than that, they bring in a defensive midfielder when your best player, Diego Chara, is a defensive midfielder that does not miss a game. And when he happens to miss a game, they happen to lose. A lot of it doesn't make sense. I know re-signing Blanco is good for them, but they need to get younger. I think maybe they need to really look at that coaching position and say, he's brought us this far, and credit to Gio Savarese. Yeah, finals. But they can't, when they get to the big game, they play so safe. And I feel like this is just more safe stuff.
I will say, too, Atenella, retired, Steve Clark, Houston.
Yeah, goalkeeper might be a problem.
They have Ivasic and, Justin Vomsteeg.
Mm-hmm.
What?
What a memory on you. What a memory. We got the Portland Timbers goalkeeping pecking order.
Yeah.
I will give you mine. This may be a little bit harsh because it's Charlotte FC. I just saw it when
because of what the coach said?
But the coach said the coach has been there for 7 or 8 months. And Miguel Angel Ramirez is, he's not Pep Guardiola, but he's a Spanish coach, went to South America, has these great ideas on how to play football, had success in Ecuadorian football, then was in Brazil, came here, and I figured, okay, he's there with plenty of times. They're going to get everyone they want. They're going to get it early. And then it just got quiet. And then they missed out on a couple of their big targets, including Darwin Machis, who was going to be their number 10. They have some good MLS defenders in there. They just don't have the attack. I think they're going to get blown out a lot, but they're not going to have a lot of results. Alan Franco, I like. Remember they had Christian Fuchs in there from Leicester City?
I was going to say their big name defender, but after I slipped on a different word, I don't want to say
I know, good idea. 4 or 5 months in, that was their main signing. It's got to be better than that. Karol Swiderski. There were teams that had a worse offseason, I think, when you look at what they've been able to brought in. But a lot was said about Charlotte. I just feel disappointed that they didn't
Max,
really hit their spot.
especially for an expansion team. Expansion teams are kind of now notorious for getting the one big-name player, Vela, Joseph Martinez, Miguel Almiron. But
clear this up for a gringo that only knows some curse words. He didn't say we're screwed, did he?
No.
It was a little harder than that, right?
Yeah. It was very odd. I mean, just to hear him say that, it was just when you're Charlotte, and Charlotte had so much momentum, selling tickets, put together a nice broadcast team, wishing Lloyd Sam, Eric Krakauer, and all those guys
They're
a lot
watching.
of luck there. I know they're watching. You should be watching. And Katie Witham,
It's
important to have a good broadcast team.
The moment they decided that the Carolina Panthers need to play on turf, and they're going to play on turf, that was it.
Yeah, just a lot. It was exciting, and then it wasn't.
Yep.
So,
Philly?
will they even kick the ball?
I'm going to go. I'm going to go with FC Cincinnati. You had a lot of movement for a team that's probably going to battle with Charlotte for the wooden spoon. You got a new coaching staff in Noonan, a guy who actually is a Bruce Arena disciple. Mm-hmm. You've got a GM, Philadelphia Union Ties. You had a complete overhaul, 9 players they declined the options on. But if you look at who they brought in, Dominique Badji, a role player at best for the Colorado Rapids. They bring in Nelson. They bring in somebody who had some success with FC Cincinnati in Powell. But so much movement. for not anything that's really going to happen. They bring Brad Guzan's backup of 5 years to add stability in between the pipes.
He might actually be their best player, their best pickup.
I like you call him Brad
Alex
Guzan's backup.
Well, for 5 years, sure, the guy had a really good,
Alec Kahn might
tutelage.
be. He might. Sad thing is, he might actually be the thing that is best for them.
If we're being completely honest, if we got Alec Kahn, I think we would be pretty happy.
No, he's a pretty good
quite
back.
happy
In
with
terms of
Maxime.
LAFC.
I'm much more happy with Maxime Crepeau, but yeah, we would have been happy with Alec Kahn. Wait, Pat Noonan is Hoosier now.
Pat Noonan and Chris Albright.
Yeah, and speaking of which, I wanted to say my favorite pick was the number 2 pick in the MLS draft. Celentano is the only keeper in the Big Ten to go back-to-back goalkeeper of the years. I love the Indiana Hoosiers connection because I am an Indiana Hoosier, so God bless.
Just one last thing about Charlotte. Didn't do anything in the expansion draft. They got Tristan Blackman and these other guys, and they sent them out.
Disaster.
Didn't do it. They
They
had a
should've
weird
kept some of their
pick. They had a
picks.
weird pick. It
They
was
had
like,
two
all weird.
really good picks.
They had a lot of good picks, and they were like, nah, you're later.
They got Mackenzie Gaines.
Well, that's an Eli pick.
My worst offseason is going to be Real Salt Lake. Kind of similar to what you were saying about best offseason. You lost one of your best DPs to a conference rival.
Yep.
What?
And your former coach prior.
Yeah.
That blows my mind. Not only did they not replace him with anyone, they got Cordova on loan, who's a forward, where I'm not saying Bobby Wood and Rubio Rubin are tremendous players,
Bobby Wood is never the answer.
but that's not a position where I see that needs filling for them, and that's really all they've done. They signed, is it Johann Kappelhoff from Chicago on a free agent, but like come on, for a team that barely made playoffs, and yes, you went on to beat the Sounders in penalties, it's just
Without taking a shot.
without taking. I don't know. Seeing teams that there's some at the bottom that you can see their aspirations to get on top, and then you see someone like RSL that are just content with being not mediocre, but
But they
in the
have
middle
a
of
new
the pack.
owner, so really you would have thought maybe make a splash and
or something.
get a Shaqiri type
something.
character in there, but
And they lost a DP, didn't replace him. I don't know.
yeah, maybe
You got Eli's with your MLS Super Draft talk. You got him to drop an
no.
LOL.
Eli, what do you think about all this?
Yeah, Eli, what do you think about it? Who's your worst team? Who had the worst offseason, Eli?
Well, does that now bring us to the crown jewel of this show, Max Bretos DP rankings?
Do we have a theme song for this?
We should. Connor can. There you go. Okay.
The top 10 rankings tonight.
Is there any kind of criteria? Like, fill us in on how you're doing these.
Look, there's not much separating 1
Bro.
through 15 or 16 in this list.
Here's the answer. Trust me, bro.
It's not, and it hasn't been great for DPs in recent years. You know, Ezequiel Barco and Jefferson Soteldo, a lot of guys disappointing. There are some young DPs here. I included them. I would generally go for the old, reliable guys that have produced a lot here, and that's why they're on this list, even though some haven't had it. Although Alejandro Pozuelo doesn't make my top 10, and he was an MVP a couple years ago.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Roll
for
it
everybody.
in. Carlos Gil, I give him number 1 because he is the reigning MVP, and New England is a team that's, thank you, Eli, LAFC best, worst Colorado. Carlos Velo and Chicharito, both looking to come back, injury-riddled campaigns, both very capable. They're up there. They could drop. Within a month, we're going to see where they are, and the bottom could fall out. Someone mentioned Sheridan Shaqiri. I think he's going to hit the ground running here. He's going to be up there for the Golden Boot. He's going to bring Chicago success. He's only 30. This was a very savvy move without breaking the bank in many ways. It wasn't cheap and it wasn't easy, but he
Also,
makes
you
the
seen
top
his
5.
thighs? I'm just saying.
What about
Swiss
they're
Bulldog.
calling him the Lake Michigan Messi now.
Love it. I love it. I love that.
He was the Alpine Messi.
Yep.
Nico Lodero, now Seattle got a lot of good, okay,
We'll just go through the list and we'll pick it apart.
okay, I'll just go through the top 10?
Yeah, go through it.
Nico Lodero, number 5, although there's a lot of sounder guys that can make the list. He was the only one. I just gave him the edge. Thiago Almada from Argentina, maybe the best young South American player to come into the league. That's why he makes it. There's a lot of guys like him. Talis Magno, I would consider putting in there because they're going to be great investments. But Almada is the best of the bunch. We'll see how he plays on the turf in Atlanta. Sebastian Blanco, still so serviceable, and they made it to the finals, so he gets in there. Again, had some injuries as well last season. Damir Krylak, not a big money maker, but always serviceable.
Always performs.
All reliable.
Always reliable, and he will do that. Hani Mukhtar was so surprising, scored a boatload of goals, and Lucas Celerian won an MLS Cup for Columbus just a couple years back. Some
All
big
right.
names not on there, and I know I'm going to hear about it now.
Great list, but I think each of us probably have a bone to pick with you. We could probably pick out something from this. So I'll start. We'll all get to go around and give Max one question, and you're like, what happened here? Mine, I'm going to start. Nico Ladero 5, the man's washed.
Listen, I think he's going to be. That was kind of that position is for all the Sounders DPs, and I put them all in one. So he represents Raul Ruiz-Diaz. And
He represents
Albert
everybody.
Rusnak.
Yeah, how do you not have Raul
Ruiz-Diaz?
Ruiz-Diaz in
You
there?
Yeah.
Lodero, I think they're going to be successful, and I think Lodero's going to kind of lead the charge.
I think he won't, and that will be bad for them. Do you guys have grievances, though? That was my big grievance, number 5, Nico Ladero.
Mine would be Hani Mukhtar. I think after the season he had last time, last
you
year.
mean he should be higher?
He should be higher.
Got it.
Not grievances.
Got it.
but
I was
more
like,
of
you got to have Hani.
well, that was the thing I saw. Like
He had a better year than about 5 guys in front of them, but the reputation.
He had a
precedes
better year
bunch
than
of
your number 1 and should have won MVP.
But is DP power rankings about reputation?
In this
Well,
one,
this
it
is
is.
Max's DP
This
power
is my
rankings.
DP.
Oh, so it's about whatever Max.
about-
and
Max puts it all together.
potential on going there. Look, otherwise,
stew
I have
that
two.
Max swirls
I have
together.
2 guys on that list. And by the way, Lorenzo Insigne doesn't make it because he doesn't start playing until the summer. Otherwise, he would have been on there probably very high.
Yeah.
Thiago Almada and Sheridan Shaqiri haven't played a drop here in MLS, but I'm feeling that they will have significant roles. More so, Shaqiri, Almada could have some growing pains.
View Almada, I guess maybe the sour taste of Pity Martinez at Atlanta still resonates
And
with me.
Ezequiel Barco.
Yeah.
And
Similar
Ezequiel
players.
Barco, and the list goes on and on with Atlanta United paying these players. So Thiago Almada, while I think he deserves to be on that list, I would probably sneak him in at number 10.
Okay. And I thought about that, but I put him a little bit higher. I'm very high on him.
Well, keep in mind, we're going to
How
do
high
this
are you?
all throughout
Very
the
high.
season.
Here we go. Add it to the list. Add it to the list of things we shouldn't have said.
Add it to the list. Well, we're going to
Yes.
do this. We're going to do this all throughout the season, so we're going to have Max come back.
Well,
Max
no,
will be
this
on the
was one
show
off.
all the time. But
It's
Max,
the same list all season.
Okay.
It's
No,
this
no,
10.
no. You have to move him up and down.
Okay. All right.
And we got to
Now,
understand why.
no,
Could put
no.
Facundo Torres
Now.
in there too.
I
This-
thought about it.
This would not be a proper MLS season preview show without putting our pristine reputation on the line by declaring who we believe will win the major trophies and awards this year. Okay?
I mean, after the start of this show, my reputation not.
So, I mean, we have a couple pretty hot superlatives.
I do.
So-
I'm excited to do this.
Without further ado, who do we all think, including you guys, will win the wooden spoon?
Yeah, in the chat, wooden spoon.
Who's going to do it?
Where are we going first?
I'll go.
Okay.
Chicago. Not Chicago.
Chicago. You were just talking about how they had the best offseason.
Charlotte.
Charlotte. Got it.
Sorry.
Okay. Easily confused.
No, to your points, bad offseason. Their coach saying we're screwed. I just think expansion teams in recent history, whether it's LAFC, Austin, even though they weren't that good last season, and Atlanta United, their ambition is always to be great out of the get-go, you know? And in Charlotte, I don't see that ambition being matched. They're going to have great attendance, but the product on the field, the moves that they've made, I don't see them, especially first year, doing even middle of the pack.
Someone said Charlotte Spoons.
Charlotte
Got a good
Spoons.
ring to it. Charlotte, Cincy, Austin. I had Charlotte as well. And by the way, it's okay to be struggling if you're an expansion team.
Is it though? Because everyone else has set the bar high lately.
Well, the thing is you get a good.
LAFC, Atlanta.
But that's a long time ago. Look at more recently. Austin, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati was before LAFC.
Well, you get it. Well, those are the two outliers.
Well, all I'm saying is you
Those
put
are
a
the two outliers.
group of players together who are good on their own, and they still struggle for some teams.
Yeah.
You put this group of guys together, they're not going to gel either, and they're going to be worse than those guys for other. I don't know.
It's
just
one thing about not gelling, but MLS does give you every option and chance to
You have,
be
like,
a good team.
you have
They give
handicaps.
a ton of money. They let you just pull from players' line or from the other
It
teams'
is,
lineups.
but
Like
in most sports, you're not supposed to be good, and I think that's the reality. LAFC and Atlanta were incredible outliers, but we can't. It's put pressure on every expansion team, so it's okay, Charlotte, but still disappointing about the offseason they had.
I'm gonna go with a tried and true favorite, Cincy.
FCC.
Just keep it going with that wooden spoon. I mean, you guys might as well give them the original one, and then we have a different one to give out in case someone ever
Cincinnati
gets it again.
Spoons also has a good ring to it.
I mean,
Well-
it's not. They just haven't done enough. And to your point, their best signing is a former backup goalkeeper, and he actually will help them out a little bit, but they need so much help.
No,
like I was
they're-
just looking at the standings, the gap between them and everyone else is just so big.
Their best signing is Ray Gaddis coming out of retirement.
Ray,
32 years old.
On top of that, I don't know if you
you guys are
were
serious.
here.
MLS nerding out hard right now.
I don't know if
This
you
is
guys.
the gig, man.
I don't know if you guys were here at the top of the show, but in the cold open,
I've been here for both shows.
Well, not you guys. I'm talking to the audience.
Oh.
I was practicing some jokes that I made for MLS.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear some jokes?
We're the only audience you could ever have for it, so
All right,
might as
ready?
well say it now.
All right, here's my best MLS joke. FC Cincinnati. I know, but I was saying
You
for
are
the viewers
correct,
who
sir.
weren't here for the cold open.
All right, we're bringing up some bad memories for poor Chris Lafferty. I have an Italian mother. Wooden spoon talk is traumatic to me. Hilarious.
That's funny. Hey, but you ate well at least, so
Yes.
it was worth it. Worth the beating.
Sorry, I was adjusting my shirt.
All right, next topic. We're doing Supporters Shield. Where do we want to go first? Philly.
Guess what part of the country I'm going to again, fellas? The Pacific Northwest, Seattle. Seattle's going to do something that
When are you moving there, bro?
I don't want to
know.
move there. I hate the rain. I left the Northeast. I like the weather. The weather here is so nice. I'm going to go Seattle and they're going to do something that hasn't been done since Toronto, and that's not only win the Supporters Shield, but the MLS Cup. This team is stacked. This team is deep. They've got a great head coach, a great organization, very well run. And again, to bring in Albert Rusnak among all the other players they have, and the Peruvian pistolier himself isn't even going to be the main focus on that team. Rusnak
And
comes
Nico
in-
Lodero, my
and-
top
and
10 DP.
Nico Lodero will not be playing by mid-season.
Wow.
He will be out injured for the rest of the year.
If they stay healthy, they take
And
the
Nico
Then he will
Lodero
be
will
off
not
the
be
list
staying
then.
healthy.
He will be off the list.
Just made the list.
Albert Rusnak will be in his place.
My pick is also the Seattle Sounders, not because I think they're like the
You guys are
juggernaut of
You guys are wrong.
the league, but I think just because they have a squad right now that does what MLS is, the marathon. They have a team, and now they're stacked in the forward position. If they lose Lodero, Rusnak's there. You know what I mean? So I think they have a team that no matter what happens this year, they'll be able to kind of push through the season at the very, very top, if not maybe the one or two top spots.
Well, boys, I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. And there's a few reasons why you're wrong.
Why?
FC Cincinnati, Charlotte, Inter Miami. Where do all those teams play? They play in the East.
They do play in the East.
The Supporters Shield winner will come from the East. It will be Philly. Philly has restocked, and they actually probably have a better lineup than their Supporters Shield's winning lineup. I mean, Shabilko is a good player, but the guys that they brought in
Where did
in
he
the
go
positions,
again? He went to
he went to Chicago.
Chicago, that's right.
Oh,
Chicago.
and I didn't mention that. They also got Shabilko.
Yeah, Montero's gone, but they have guys that like Gazdig and Leon Flach that basically just fill in directly those positions. But the biggest point is this: they have cupcakes that are just
Yeah,
easy
that's a good point.
points. The West is hard because guess what? Nashville's now in the West. So a team like Seattle, I do think will do really well. Probably will win the Western Conference, but the sheer points that they're going to need, the way that New England just rolled over everybody and didn't play anybody that could really win a game, that's where the Supporters Shield winner.
I just have a Western Conference bias, that's all. I didn't even think about the
Philadelphia also losing their assistant coach and their GM.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Their academy is probably one of the best. You know, they're not selling guys directly like Dallas is, but the guys they're bringing in are highly talented and they just fit the style, the energetic style. And again, they're going to take points off of those garbage teams.
That's an incredible point. You're 100% spot on that the Supporters Shield will come out of the East. And my pick is the Seattle Sounders. So. It's too late. I told him to put Seattle, but I would have changed it. But I can't think of an Eastern
you
Conference.
guys should have listened.
I can't think of an Eastern Conference team that I want to put in. I put New England. They're not going to do it again.
It's not going to be New England for sure.
I disagree though. I think Philadelphia. Sorry to jump on you, but I just don't. I still don't think Philadelphia is good enough to
I don't think
win
so.
Supporters Shield.
I think it's their Eastern debate's good, but Philadelphia may not be the team. Maybe Paxton Aronson goes bananas and becomes even better than his brother, and then yes, and they have a nice flow of academy players. But Seattle, just on paper with what they've done and haven't lost anyone and re-upping the guys, even on a guy like Arriaga, Nuhu having a breakthrough in the African Cup of Nations, there's nothing you can see about this Seattle team that you can be critical of, except for the fact they play in the West. Seattle Sounders don't always get off to a great start and don't have a Supporter Shield, do they? I don't know if they have. Do they?
Seattle Sounders, yes, they do. They've won
From
one
way back in
Supporters
the day.
Shield, yes.
But this seems like it's for them. They have had the best all-around build-up for a team that was rated very highly at the end of last season.
I feel like they don't have a ton of.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. For the Eastern Conference, it's like I think it's like up in the air for everyone. People are just gonna get
You mentioned Nashville.
like points are
No,
just
it's not
up
up
for
in the air
grabs.
for everyone because Inter Miami,
Well, other
Cincinnati,
than-
Charlotte, they're not going to be good.
The Holy Trinity, the
All right, let's
Bermuda
move-
Triangle of bad
Let's move on.
teams.
Let's move on to the silverware that a lot of our LAFC fans care about, MLS Cup. Philly, who do you have? Actually, you've already tipped your hand, so go all in.
Yep, I'm all in Seattle, 100%. Again, the first team to win both since Toronto.
That would be a big. I mean, in this modern era, that'd be huge, right? Would it be better than what Toronto did? I'm looking at the Toronto fan.
Well, I mean,
Better than what Toronto did?
Because the league is actually, it's only been, 5 years since Toronto did that? And the league's moved along a lot. So
It just depends on how.
And when Toronto did it, they didn't have to do it in one-offs in the playoffs, did they?
Great debate, guys. Let's save that for another show episode. And by the way, I want to answer a question there. There is going to be a U.S. Open Cup. I mean, it's neither here.
I can't wait for the Lights versus LAFC in the.
All right, Max. Well, who's your MLS Cup winner? Don't say Seattle. Don't say Seattle. Don't say Seattle.
I'm not going to say Seattle. I'm going to go with the Revolution, New England.
What?
Ooh.
What, did I say Seattle? No, I said the Revolution, no?
Who are you talking to?
Our producer.
Are you talking to the
Flash
audience?
Phillies number.
Yeah.
I said the Revs, right?
Are you talking to the
I
audience?
don't know. What did you say?
I thought I said
Anyway,
the Revs.
just
they had the
pop off.
supporter
All right, we'll say
shield.
the Revs.
Still very
Yeah,
loaded. Buxa, if he sticks around,
He won't.
But they have Josie Altidore. You have the reigning MVP. You have hardworking team around them as well. And Bruce Arena has success in this league. He did it with the Galaxy. He's done it with DC United. He's due
Recent
to get
success? Oh, the
Recent
Revs.
success, relatively recent. So there you go.
Sebastian Leget's going to be so focused on the World Cup. Never mind. I don't want to get into that with
Won't
people.
make the squad.
I
Won't make
will
the squad.
Won't
I
make the
will
squad.
say my pick is.
Oh, you're just gonna jump in? I was gonna do mine.
Oh, I didn't know you were going to do
No,
yours.
go for it.
Sorry. Go for it.
Okay, my pick, Nashville.
Out of the West?
Yep. I feel like they put it together. I feel like they've learned how to be somewhat boring, but win games, and they knew how you needed to push in the playoffs and these one-offs. So I think that they're going to be a very tough team to play in the playoffs. And they got Loba, who I think is going to be a much better player. Him with Mukhtar, they can actually score some goals this time. I don't want to play them in the playoffs in a one-off,
that's a
especially if
tough
they're
out.
hosting them. No.
And you said that last season, didn't you? And they didn't get there.
Yeah, well, I should have listened to Max Bretos.
Did
who
you say
calls
They
Did
me-
don't
you-
lose games. Keep an eye on Nashville. But they didn't lose. They lost the penalties.
That's true. They
So
didn't
you're
actually
right.
lose that game.
So for me, I am going to say New York City FC to do it
Really?
in 2 years.
Castellanos won't be around, though.
Yeah, Castellanos is
agree with
leaving.
that.
If he stays, look, I think they're a team that can build off of last season. Where last season, I don't think too many people until the playoffs would have said NYCFC for MLS Cup champs. But I think they have a title-winning team and build off through the regular season can kind of do
here's-
some damage.
And they're in the
playoffs
Forgiving
again.
East. They're
in the Forgiving East. And
They're here to stay as a franchise. They're going to be a
Yeah.
top team.
Well, at
in the
least
top
they're gonna
5 or
want
6
to.
spots for the foreseeable
Well, they-
future. It's because of the City Group.
Yeah, well, speaking of the City Group, here's what's going to happen. Castellanos is going to leave, and somehow Julian Alvarez is going to find his way to New York to fill in that time. When
No way.
Why wouldn't he? What
Yeah,
are you gonna do?
I like that.
Was he going to go to Manchester in July and sit on his heels?
I know. There's a lot of great, like Foden and Grealish. They can't play on that
Go
team. Why would
live in New
Julian-
York for a little bit. Why not?
Oh, that'd be incredible.
All right, speaking of great players, let's talk about Golden Boot.
Who's going first? I want to go first.
Go first.
Chicho.
Oh.
Chicho.
Arango, Chicho.
Yeah, it's a given. 14 goals in like 17 games. That's unbelievable for the end of the season that he had. If he now has a supporting cast of Carlos Vela and Brian Rodriguez healthy, he's gonna be banging goals
But
in
do they
left and
steal
right.
some of his goals?
I mean,
He's not
yes.
going to be taking the PKs now, right?
Well, but I still think that with that supporting cast, him in the middle, he's just gonna be banging in goals left and right. He's
He
gonna
really
be.
should
He's,
take the PKs after.
he's
I
gonna
know.
be the
Carlos
guy.
actually hasn't been very good at PKs.
No.
He really should take the PKs.
He's going to be the guy that's always at the right place at the right time. Carlos Vela and Brian Rodriguez are going to be doing the pretty goals. He will be doing the nitty-gritty.
Hey, man.
They all count the
if he-
same.
Yeah, if he's banging them in from 6 yards out, I'm fine with that. All right, Philly,
I'm going to agree with Connor. I had that written down. I
Do the
wrote
song.
Chicho Arango.
es la cumbia, la salsa.
If you listen to my Defenders of the Bank podcast, I literally did the Barry Manilow
Good plug.
song, and I did 3 verses of it geared towards Chicho and how he literally saved
from
Elliot.
Copacabana?
Yes, if you go back to a couple episodes ago in Defenders of the Bank, I have it. It's
the
a
most-
Grammy-winning
the most famous-
song. It really is.
As a Cuban person, the most famous Cuban song, the Copacabana, which is a cabaret in Cuba, is sung by Barry Manilow. That has to
kid
bother
from
me at some
Brooklyn.
point.
That doesn't fit?
No, it doesn't.
I appreciate it. Kid from Brooklyn. Look, 14 goals in 1,400 minutes with a bad LAFC team, okay? He's going to get much better service out to him. And like you said, he's going to have, they're not gonna, maybe not be sexy, but he's going to have the goals. He's taking Golden Boot, and LAFC is going to make some noise in the Western
They all
Conference.
count. Don't have to be sexy.
Some hot takes from our comments. Jordan Morris not going to be the same player. Seattle going to struggle without him. Morris not on the World Cup roster to Qatar. I disagree with that
All right.
part.
Who would you consider J-Mo? Is it Justin Morrow or Jordan Morris?
Come on.
Come
on.
Irish whiskey
This is the MLS show. These are things we can talk
I
about.
know, this is true. Well, next segment.
I changed my pick, correct? To a producer man.
Did you
have
change it again? You just go crazy.
I originally went with the Lake
With
Michigan
Ladero?
Messi, but I'm switching it to Jesus Ferreira.
Really?
Wow.
FC Dallas. Nico Estevez, the new coach, says he's not going to play number 10. He's going to play number 9. I think he's going to have a whopper of a year, and it's going to translate into the national team as well, where he could play significant minutes for the national team, who are struggling to get a number 9. If he plays that position, it makes a lot of sense. He's going to be the next big FC Dallas product to move overseas. He's ready. He's put his time in. He finished last season on fire. He actually played better than Ricardo Pepi. Jesus Ferreira in for a big one. And they got help. Paul Arriola, Velasco, a lot of guys around him that's going to help.
They're still FC Dallas.
Marco Farfan is going to get some balls in there.
Marco's a good crosser ball. I don't know if he's okay. He's okay in the air. You guys are all so high on Seattle, and you didn't go with the obvious one. It's Raul Ruiz-Diaz. He'll probably get a couple goals off of a few Ladero assists before Ladero shut down for the year, and then Rusnak will come in. Him and João Paulo. I mean, the guy's a killer. He's going to win Golden Boot. Raul Ruiz-Diaz.
Okay.
Peruvian Pistolier.
Yep.
I could dig it.
All right. Moving on
dig
from
it.
Golden Boot to League MVP. Can I start? I'll start. I'm going to start. This is to make up for being robbed last season. It's Hani Mukhtar. Should have been MVP. Look, Carlos Gil had a lot of assists, but assists are kind of not the best metric of who's the best player. Mukhtar put together non-penalty goals plus the assist. Look, I know Carlos Gil raced out to the early lead, but at the end of the day, Hani Mukhtar was easily the most valuable player to his team. And so this year, with Loba to feed and another year under his belt, I think Hani Mukhtar finally gets that award.
History has a tendency to repeat itself. I say Hill gets the MVP again. He's on a really good New England Revolution team. He's going to make Josie Altidore look a little better than he was in Toronto. He's got.
It's not hard.
Yeah, I get that. They have Leggett in there. I feel like he's going to help these guys get back to a level of play that they were really accustomed to. And I mean, he's an outstanding player. I feel like I need to get his Aston Villa jersey as a means of reiterating how I think he's going to be the MVP.
No, you do not. No, you do not.
Why not? I like
There's-
kids. I can do
there's-
whatever I want.
There is no good reason to get an Aston Villa kit.
Well,
ever.
Aston Villa, hey, what can we? Steven Gerrard, everyone was baptize him as this next great super manager. Not the guy. He's a great player.
Okay,
Based on what he
he's
did at
Steven
Rangers.
Gerrard.
It doesn't matter. He's going to be the same as Frank Lampard and Andrea Pirlo.
Half the players don't understand him in the locker room.
How dare you?
It's a
How dare you
bricks.
talk about Andrea Pirlo?
Could you go ahead and flash my MVP really quickly? Because I did
Have you
write it
forgotten
down.
every
I
single
forgot
one of
my
your picks?
Oh my god.
Breck shit.
Eli.
Classic Max.
It was yeah!
Are you serious?
Wow. Wow.
Wait,
I quit.
Nico
I give up.
Ladero?
No way.
Worst.
Wait, over under on
His
how many
surgeon,
games Nico
maybe.
Ladero plays this year?
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it matters. He's going to win MVP.
my
He's got to play
God.
at least 20.
I think he's going to have a season where he will dictate things for Seattle while everyone does a little bit more heavy lifting, and Lodero's
Wait,
going to put himself
If
in.
Seattle really thought that Nico Ladero was going to be MVP, why would they spend money to get Albert Rusnak?
That's a great question, Vince. But it's their.
I'm glad that you're not gonna
ace up
answer
their
it.
sleeve. Ace up their sleeve. This is going to be a wide open race. I think that's what I'm kind of suggesting here. But Seattle's going to be up there, so I think Lodero makes sense.
All right. Over or under 1 goal for Nico Lodero?
I mean, over. I
Yeah.
think he scores a couple, but I bet you the over-under on games played this season is like 13.5.
Okay.
I've heard all this song
My
and dance
choice.
before.
Guys, I agreed with Vince.
Breck Shea.
Hani Mukhtar is
Yeah,
my
Breck Shea,
MVP.
don't you
I
dare.
think
Say in the comments.
It's Eli again, isn't it? I don't even
Eli,
know.
yeah.
I think Nashville are a team coming back to the West. They're going to thrive in the West because of how boring they do play. They're going to really get every other team in the West.
Everyone's
really
going to hate
angry.
playing against them.
And Hani Mukhtar is going to be the reason they score every single goal. There's not because he's going to be scoring all of them, but he's going to be the maestro again this year. And he's put up consistent numbers every year that he's been with Nashville. I just think he's going to do it again this
One
year.
thing we have to, Nashville moving to the West, you all get worried about it because it's another tough team in the West, but that's not doing any favors for Nashville. Instead of doing short trips to Orlando or Charlotte, San Jose, Portland, Seattle, LA, Tijuana, whatever. But it's just going to be. I was just going down the coastline.
Oh, okay.
But that's going to be
it's a
tricky.
nice
That's
trip.
going to be tricky for them.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing actually that's going to play maybe a little bit into their benefit is their stadium doesn't open right away. So they'll get the backlog of home games to kind of alleviate that travel. But you're right, that travel's not fun.
But having to stack those home games, it's like, you're always in the back of your mind. We're going to have to make up for this at some point. I don't think any team really wants to have a big run of home or away. Sometimes you want to get out of town, right? So.
All right, so we had one last topic. It's fair play. And I don't think anybody really cares what we think. But Max had a really funny answer, supposedly, is what the producers tell me. Max, who did you pick for fair play? If he remembers.
No, I do. He's a young player from, I believe, Albania. His name's Donat Kare. Donta Kare.
Wait, didn't we all pick?
Very good.
Still sounded kind of Italian.
Donta Kare. Very talented, very decent guy. Walks old ladies across the streets. I don't care. That's all it is. I'm surprised we had this. I go, okay, MVP. This is great. Fair Play Award. I go, where do I start? You want me to go look at all the fine deeds that all the members of the Portland Timbers
Max, have you ever walked an old lady across the street?
Yes, I have assisted people across the street many times.
Actually, Max is that type of guy.
Yeah, I had a very good deed. There was a guy pulling out. I helped him pull out of the parking spot. I was up in Big Bear. I go, come on.
Slammed right into the next car coming through.
To kind of piggyback what you guys are saying, like looking at the research of who won the Fair Play Award the last time.
Wait, no, you don't need to do it. Do you really want to do your fair play?
Well, I'm just going to say 2018 was the last time they awarded it, so the I don't care, it makes sense. And by the way, do you know who won that Fair Play Award as a team?
The Sheed.
The Sheed.
LAFC.
I love that Max is like wants fun, but then we try to do like a fun fair play when it's like, nah.
Yeah.
And I go, I got to take this serious? Whatever.
I didn't take it serious. I made up a fake person.
You didn't take it serious because you got so mad that you decided not to.
But I sold the joke. I made it sound like it was a real player. You guys were all tuned in. Who is Don Cicade? And I go, there it is.
Still sounds Italian to me, not Albanian.
I was surprised when you were picking a player because it's not a player. It's supposed to be a team.
Well, he's got Italian grandparents, and the last name stood around.
All right, guys. In just a couple minutes, we're going to open up the chat to questions, so please be ready. But first, the Concacaf Champions League is well underway, and there are a few MLS teams with a legit chance to be crowned champs. We're running out of show, so let's dive into that in this week's Stoppage Time. Guys, you get your 1-minute rant to say who you think is going to win Concacaf Champions League from MLS and why.
Who's going first?
Philly, you're first.
Montreal Impact.
We'll do it into your camera.
I'm totally kidding.
Do it into your camera. Go.
NYCFC is going to win. They're riding nice momentum. They have a stacked team, and that's just the team I'm going to pick. I don't really believe that an MLS team is going to win the CONCACAF Champions League, but if I have to pick anybody, it's the boys in blue, NYCFC. That's my take. Not really a rant. I am known to go on those, but I think NYCFC
it's very reserved from you.
Yeah. Well, it's a Monday.
in lieu of Philly's rant, keep thinking of those questions. Get them ready because we're going to answer questions next. Who's next? Max? Max.
Bam. They did thank me when I helped them cross the street. They did want my help. Or maybe not.
Good shout, Eli. Forge FC.
Forge FC.
Like that.
MLS team, I'll give you a hot take because I'm picking New York City FC as well because they're on the right side of the bracket where they avoid the Liga MX teams. But the Liga MX teams have been underwhelming in a small sample size in this competition, but also in their domestic league. Santos are at the bottom. You look at these teams that have a lot of flaws right now and look beatable when they've started their season. The MLS teams are just going to get better. But New York City FC, I think Seattle and New England have maybe better equipped teams, but they're on the side of the bracket with the Liga MX squad. So I think they might knock out a team or two and Leon and some other of the usual suspects. But New York City FC will kind of come through the back door, make a final, and an MLS team will win it this year. It's time.
High five.
I like that.
They're strong. This is a strong group. LAFC, I wish they were in there because they came so close.
I know.
But Seattle, New England, and New York City are three really, all due respect to Montreal and I know Colorado, but those are three good candidates.
What's worse, losing a CONCACAF Champions League final to a Liga MX team or losing a CONCACAF Champions League final to an MLS team? If you were an MLS.
I mean, it's never happened, so it'd be,
Yeah, I would love to see an all MLS final. I think everyone would be pleased that someone would get into the Club World Cup.
All right, so I'm going to go with NYCFC as well, and a lot of it is because of what Max said, but it's not just that the teams from Mexico are not playing well. It's not the caliber of teams we're used to. No Club America, no Monterrey, no Tigres. I mean, I'm not the only one making this point. I know Extra Time made this point as well. I believe Hercules Gomez did this on Football Americas. You've got to look at this as an MLS team and say, yeah, we're normally against it because we have to play Liga MX teams, but when we're starting to get good and having to finally face them, it's not even the quality that we're used to. So really go for it because this is the chance to win it. Remember, LAFC had to go through all the Liga MX
Right,
teams.
Tigres
To this
at
point,
the end, and America, Cruz
NYCFC
Azul.
might have to be a Liga MX team in the final, but it won't be even close to the caliber of what LAFC had to go through, what Toronto even had to go through. So this is the year.
They
Please,
better
this
do
has
it,
to
or
be the
this
year.
would be a big egg
If they
on the
don't do it
face.
this year, it's almost to the point where let's just because MLS tends to do this. Let's just rewrite the rules a little bit and see if we can give ourselves a little bit of a benefit there.
Just based off of what I have seen in this first round of the Concacaf Champions League, I will also say New York City FC, not just because of the team they have, but
They have
just
a lot going for them.
on the field. They looked like they hit their groove right after winning the MLS Cup. Although it hasn't been too long of an offseason, they look like they're right back in it and they want to go all the way, whereas some of the other MLS teams didn't look like that. And then the Revolution, they aren't playing the round of 16, so they're going to start
They got right into the quarterfinals.
right in the quarters.
That was a mess. Really poor by CONCACAF for that.
They
For a
tried.
Haitian
But it's
club.
They tried.
but for them, I don't know how I would feel going right into the quarters without a game against a Haitian team.
Well, they could get close to this. They'll get an MLS game, right?
Yeah.
They'll get an.
That
That's
being
good.
said, I actually also want Forge to go all the way, and I think that they will beat Cruz Azul away, 2-0.
They did well in that
There's a
first
hot
leg,
take.
man.
If they that goal, that if you guys saw Forge versus Cruz Azul scored. I don't know how. It was a really bad goal and could have been a 0-0 draw.
Forge
Tapas
might
and
have a
beer. Oh,
chance.
that's right, Tijuana. Another day.
All right, let's go to questions. This is always the most fun. We had great time with you guys on questions in the last show. So let's see. What do we got here? Oh, people are asking about what happened to my hat. It's secured at home. You got to take good care of a hat like that. It's an expensive, nice hat.
How many hats do you have?
I mean, a lot. But I only have 2 or 3 that are very, very nice like that one.
You should wear top hats.
And a monocle.
That's a hard no.
Like Slash top hat.
Going back to Soccer USA, okay, this is a fun one. What's the next MLS expansion team? Max, you have a good idea of who is going to be.
Well,
Do
next
we
you
think?
said it's St. Louis. It's going to be.
No,
Los-
I think the ones that haven't been announced. So St. Louis, but
Don Garber already
He said
hinted it was going to be Las Vegas, but it makes way too much sense. Remember, we had Sacramento, and that they definitely want to go to the West. So maybe that means Nashville goes back. When you look at the fact that the Raiders, there's hockey, everyone wants to go to Vegas. The cap is off, so they're going to saturate. Las Vegas is going to be a growth city, and the pro sports teams are going to be a big part of it. Everyone's going to want to go there. Buy your real estate there. And you can say, I hear it's a tax haven, too. Not that I know anything, but buy some real estate in Las Vegas. It's going to be worth it with all these pro teams. Supposedly, they're going to get an NBA team. And the Oakland A's might go there. So all of a sudden, having no pro teams, they might have 5. So MLS doesn't want to be the last one there. So it just depends on the financiers. I can imagine they'll have this state-of-the-art stadium that's going to be drawing a lot of interest from the locals as well as the visitors. It's going to be Las Vegas.
Because we're the expansion mansion, what's one city that each of us would like to see an expansion
New Orleans.
team in? New Orleans?
I think that would be an incredible
New
city
Orleans?
for a team. Not to mention an unbelievable away day. That's a passionate fan base with obviously the Saints. Not so much the Pelicans, but going to New Orleans for a trip. I mean, come on, Mardi Gras, baby.
I always thought San Diego would be a great spot. And I know they tried and they kind of whiffed on their chances, but that would be great.
What about you, Max?
I would like to see them get a team in Mexico because you have the first division
Tijuana.
teams. No, it's not the first division teams, but some teams that can't make it, and you bring them in there and say, all right,
Los
we're going to have a
Cabos.
team in here. We're going to have a team in Tampico. They're not going to get in the first division, but you have a team here. Maybe not Tampico. Maybe you have a team in Mexico City that's kind of separate. You bring it in there. I don't know. It's very pie in the sky.
What do you guys
Why
think?
not? It's better than New Orleans.
Viewers. I think just based off of travel logistics, Hawaii would be pretty fun.
Hawaii that would be kind of crazy. That's like the NFL deciding to play games in London.
Could you go back
Yeah.
to Canada? Could you go to Saskatchewan or something? Or are we done in Canada?
No, there's no other market in Canada.
I think we're done.
Like Ottawa,
Calgary.
I mean, because we are the expansion mansion, I'll share this with you guys. One day when we were doing the LAFC pregame, we were there at Free Play. We were up top, and I looked down and happened to see a certain bowl-cutted man. It was Mark Davis. Mark Davis came to
He
Main
was. I
California
ran into him.
Stadium
I got a little starstruck
to
when I saw him.
take in a game. So to Max's point about Don Garber really leaning into Vegas, I mean, they're putting in the groundwork, and clearly he's
Imagine they're
really
playing
taking
at
a look.
that park.
Yep, and that was just before.
Road trip.
That was just before the Gold Cup final. So they're definitely really dipping into it.
Phoenix would be great.
One
I
more
mean, Phoenix, I don't think it's going to happen, but Phoenix should get some love.
Okay, last question.
Where do you want to go?
Let's see here.
No love for the Hyundai A-League?
Let's do a Columbus Crew one.
A Columbus Crew question.
What do you think about the Columbus Crew for this season?
Improved.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go. Really.
Playoff
There's
improvement.
nowhere really to go but up from here. They had a lot of injuries, but they haven't brought in much. They need to really count on Caleb Porter figuring it out.
I would say like mustard, like one of the mediocre, not mediocre, but mid
Like a grape
condiments.
Mustard is the king of condiments.
Yeah, mustard's great.
That's
No,
not.
no.
Not a king of a.
It's the king of condiments, unless you're including
Hot
salsa.
take. And on that bombshell,
Wait. Andy, the only important question is why did the bank?
Oh, Andy.
Yes, I've been asking this for years. That stuff was the bomb. Add a
I hear
little
that all the
vodka in
time.
there, too.
I
It'd
hear
be
that all the
amazing.
time.
A little what?
Nothing.
All right, we did it. Thank you guys so much. The first expansion mansion in the books. Thank you for watching, and thank you, Philly, Vince, Max Bretos. This was a blast.
remember, guys, every episode will be available in podcast form shortly after we're done here. We're available wherever you listen to podcasts. All you got to do is search 110 Football.
Nico Lodero just got injured.
And wait. We'll see you LAFC fans at the bank before and after the match against Colorado on Saturday. Come and see us in the Pepsi Plaza for our pre and post game shows. It's going to be interactive. It's going to be fun.
Yes, you get to actually be there and have your comments live, so you don't have to type it in. But if you're not there, you can at least join us through YouTube.
Boom, gung. Thank you guys. We'll be back next week.
Yep.
It's good.